What if the Cerulean Bell was on every blind? What if, with every hand, you're forced to discard or play a single card? Well, with my custom mod, that's exactly what I try out. Will I be able to win a run? No! No! It's time to find out whether I can beat Balatro, but every blind is Cerulean Bell. I decide to get a run started on the red deck to test the waters of this challenge's difficulty. Starting in the small blind, after playing a few 3 of a kind, I end up easily beating the blind. Within the shop, I buy my first joker, the Mystic Summit, for plus 15 mult whenever 0 discards are remaining. Next round, I play a straight and a flush and clear the big blind with ease. I spot an odd Todd in the shop, which will give me plus 31 chips for every odd ranked card scored. This will help to bolster my score further. In the boss blind, all of my clubs are debuffed. However, because I have 2 very powerful jokers, I beat it with no sweat. Waiting in the shop is the Jolly Joker, which I buy, giving me plus 8 mult for hands that contain pairs. I open up the Buffoon pack and get a very powerful joker, which sets the stage for most of the run, Vagabond. With Vagabond, whenever I play a hand, if I have $4 or less at that point, I generate a random tarot card. On the next round, one of my hands for Vagabond gives me Judgment, which then spawns another joker that is essential to my run, the Burglar. This allows me to get 3 extra hands with the trade-off of losing all of my discards. Whilst this sounds like a negative at first, having 3 extra hands means 3 extra opportunities to activate Vagabond. This results in more tarot cards if I'm able to play enough hands. The loss of discards also benefits Mystic Summit, which means that I'll be able to play more hands and get the plus 15 mult no matter what due to starting with 0 discards. After clearing the blind, I spot a holographic arrowhead. Not only does Arrowhead's ability of giving plus 50 chips for each scored spade sway me, the fact that the holographic is on there means that I get a flat plus 10 mult. This is a direct improvement over Jolly Joker's conditional base plus 8, which results in it getting replaced. I enter the next blind and clear it with a single hand, despite me wanting to farm for Vagabond taros. This isn't the best thing to happen since it means I'm directly obtaining less taros than if I were to play bad hands on purpose. However, it's out of my control. I buy a standard pack and pick up a red seal Queen of Spades, giving me a re-triggerable card. This boosts Arrowhead's potency and also any enhancement that ends up being placed on it by a Vagabond tarot. A few rounds later, after breezing through them, I end up with a Hermit tarot from a played hand. Within the shop, I spot a brilliant joker, Brainstorm. With Brainstorm, any joker that's compatible can be copied, including some jokers that have their effects before and after a round, including the Burglar, giving me another 3 hands on top of 7, if I remember to order my jokers correctly. It also works with Vagabond, giving me 2 taros instead of 1 for each hand, meaning double the amount of taros I could potentially have. Just before I leave, I buy the Telescope voucher, which always makes the most played hands planet appear in Celestial packs. With the boss blind having cards drawn face down whenever a hand is played, I get slightly nervous about farming and decide to just move on and get the round completed as quickly as possible. In the shop, I take a World to change cards into spades to boost the Arrowhead. I spot the card sharp, giving a ×3 mult if that hand type has already been played this round. Unfortunately, I don't have enough money to get it, and so I end up ploughing on. Starting on round 10, I forget to move my Burglar to be copied by Brainstorm for extra hands. I wonder how many times that'll happen. Clearing a few more blinds, I buy a Celestial pack and find that my most played hand has moved from 2 pair to pair. This is brilliant since a single pair is much more achievable than a 2 pair, and I can upgrade this every time using the Telescope that I'd bought before. After farming for more taros in the next blind, I get the Magician and Strength, which selects one of my red seal queens. I draw the second one into my hand and then proceed to use both of these taros to turn them into lucky kings, which will help immensely with getting more money. The shop has the observatory voucher, which I can use to multiply my hand by times 1.5 if I have the associated planet card in my consumables. The next round over, I hit the $20 on a lucky king that I have and easily beat the round after getting more taros. Seeing double appears again, and since I'm getting a good split between spades and clubs, I decide to replace Mystic Summit and pick it up to take its place. A few blinds later, I get a Justice and a Death tarot card. At the same time, my Red Seal King gets force selected, where I decide to use the Justice on it and then copy it to another card. I cross my fingers and hope that both cards don't break. You might be wondering why I didn't deselect one. Well, that's because when a card is copied, it also copies its status, including whether it's been forced, meaning that I have to play both. Luckily, only one breaks, which I can still copy over to other cards should the moment come around. In the shop, I buy reroll surplus to help make rerolls cheaper, and after scouting around in the packs and rerolling the shop, I find nothing useful and move on. After beating the next round with playing some pairs, I see a joker in the shop that I was hoping would appear earlier. That's what I was holding out for. The Blackboard gives you a ×3 multiplier if all of your cards in hand are spades or clubs after playing a hand. This will be great, especially because I've been using the World and the Moon a lot to complement the Arrowhead and seeing double anyway. I immediately take it since my deck at this point is practically all dark suits. Playing like usual, I play pairs to win whilst I get a successful Wheel of Fortune hit on the burglar. I continue to buy packs, getting more spades and upgrading my pairs. The eye boss blind makes me a bit nervous because of the fact that I can't repeat hand types. I decide to just go all in for the points since I don't want to be stuck with no available hand types to score. To get better cards, I decide to play the high card instead of playing the pair of fours because there's nothing special on them, and neither of them are spades. I then decided to hold off again and play a 2 pair, which I was upgrading in the beginning of the run. However, I easily clear the blind with a fire hand and didn't even need to play a pair in the first place. A couple of shops later, I decide to sell Vagabond to pick up the Supernova, which gives mult equal to the number of times your played hand has been played throughout the entire run. This means exponentially more mult compared to what I'm getting currently. I reach the house boss blind where all of my first hand is drawn face down. After missing burglar again, I decide to play the highest cards that I have. I get a 3 of a kind, and with the jokers I've got, I easily beat the required points. Leaving the shop, I see the final boss blind, the Amber Acorn, which flips and shuffles the jokers, meaning that the Blackboard could be moved to a different location and leading to less points. After playing 2 blinds in a row without organising my burglar and winning easily enough despite my Asperger's brain griefing me, I reach the grand finale. Just before going on to the final boss, I organise my jokers in the order that I want. Then I pick up Blackboard just after I press the select button. With this tactic, I can confirm where one joker will be since it won't be swapped with the other jokers. To explain, let's take a look at the internal code. When the blind is selected, it will check if it's the Amber Acorn and that you have more than 0 jokers. It will then unselect them to remove their tooltip, then flip them. If there's more than one joker, it will shuffle the jokers using a set pseudo seed 3 times over, with the AAJK argument most likely standing for Amber Acorn Jokers. However, when a joker is currently picked up, the joker won't have its position moved as the mouse position takes precedent, meaning that I can drop it and know exactly where it is. Along with the Brainstorm copying burglar, I know where that is as well as the tooltips for extra hands comes up. Therefore, I'm able to align my jokers to an order which is the best case scenario for points. After playing a singular pair, absolute cinema. Absolute cinema. I love that. I beat the blind with no sweat, scoring over 600,000 points. I've won, but now can we do it on gold stake? Well, as you can imagine, this is a slightly tougher challenge to overcome, and along the way, I may have had a few teething problems. No! No! Do you know what? Send it. Send it. No, I had the rerolls. What the fuck am I doing? Oh my god. No repeat hand types this round. Okay, so that'll be slightly concerning. We lose a banana. like that. But out of all of the runs, this was the best one I had. Will we win? Guess you'll need to watch to find out. On round 1, I clear it with ease and get into the shop. I spot a buffoon pack, but after getting a bull, which is practically useless at this point, I decide to sell it and buy Gluttonous Joker, giving easy malt whenever a club is scored. After clearing the big blind, I buy a mail-in rebate in the shop, giving $5 whenever a specific rank is discarded in the round. This will be great for getting money to make more decisions. After playing a 2-pair and a straight with clubs, I breeze through the first boss. In the shop, I re-roll into Chaos the Clown, which gives a free re-roll in every shop as long as you have it. In the next round, I managed to discard 3 threes to get $15, which will come in handy for buying more from the shop. I clear the blind with no problems and end up in the shop where I use my free re-roll. I once again get Blackboard, then continue on. I get to put this to good use when I play a 3 of a kind and clear the big blind in one fair swoop. When I cash out, I spot a constellation, which increases its times mult every time you use a planet card. I decide to buy this since I have a good economy joker and will have free rerolls to get more planet cards. Speaking of rerolls, I use my free one and spot a foiled flash card. This will be amazing as it increases its mult permanently by 2 whenever you reroll the shop, and since I get 1 free reroll each shop, it's a no-brainer. So I replace Gluttonous Joker with it and head on through to the boss blind. Through playing a pair and a straight, I defeat it with no problems. As I'm going through the blinds, I'm buying all of the Celestial packs and Tarot packs to upgrade my constellation and fix my deck for more dark suits for Blackboard. In a Spectral pack, I also get a medium to stamp a purple seal onto a jack to get even more tarots when it's discarded. I reach the house boss blind, which makes my first hand get drawn face down. Using the sorting algorithms that I discussed in my previous video, I managed to get all of the hearts and diamonds out for the ×3 Blackboard bonus. So, spades, probably, let's guess these. Oh my goodness, I got it as well. I got it perfect. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness me. That's crazy. I wasn't actually expecting to get that. The fact that I just instantly picked them out like that. Through a few random hand plays, I clear it with no sweat and reach the halfway mark. After clearing the boss, I buy the packs and also manage to make another purple sealed jack as leverage. I go through ante 4, re-rolling to increase my flash card and buying random things along the way to improve my status, including the wasteful voucher for an extra discard, and beat the blind of -1 hand size with no problems. In the shop directly after, I spot a brilliant joker, the Invisible Joker. If you hold on to this for at least 2 rounds, you can sell it and duplicate a joker you already possess. I decide to sell the mail-in rebate and buy it. Now, whilst you may want to duplicate a particular joker, I believe that any copy of one of these jokers will be beneficial to me. So when I clear the small blind and the big blind of ante 5, I sell it and end up with flashcard. I'll bloody well take it. Duplicating flashcard is great because it means that not only is my current mult theoretically doubled, it also increases by double with 1 reroll, making Chaos the Clown twice as potent. I get into the Serpent boss blind and play 1 fiery hand to reach the next ante. No messing. Oh yes! Come on! Round by round goes by, buying planet cards and enhancing my deck for better cards. With each round, I play pairs and set the score on fire. Ante to ante blends all together until I reach the final round, which feels like deja vu in the form of the Amber Acorn. Again, I do the strategy of grabbing the joker I want to remember the most, but I grab Blackboard instead of Constellation, as I know exactly where it is. How'd you ask? Well, because Constellation is eternal, it means I can't sell it. So if I look at what jokers are sellable, I can narrow it down pretty easily. And with 1 singular pair, beautiful, absolute cinema, absolute Balatro. I one-shot the boss and win the Cerulean Bell challenge on the gold stake. If you enjoy my video, consider subscribing and also follow me on Twitch and joining my Discord server. And if you would like to see more of these challenges, click on the cards on screen now.